Hello and welcome to math lesson number 35. So first of all, guys, can we all turn and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. Excellent. And we'll begin with our meditation sequence. So teacher Wes will find a seat, straighten his back, and we'll take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our lap, and close our eyes. When you're ready, guys, slowly open your eyes and come back to the room. Okay? And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So everybody stand up and push in your chairs. And this time we'll stretch high first. Let's go high. And then we'll go down low. See if we can touch our toes. And then back up high. And this time when we're there, let's go side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Give our spine a little stretch. And next we'll go backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and stop. Hands on hips, and let's roll our hips. Roll our hips, and stop, and we'll go back the other way. And stop, and this time we'll jog on the spot for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And finish with 3 claps. 1, 2, 3. Excellent, guys. So welcome to math lesson number 35. Does anybody remember what we learned during math lesson number 34? We've been learning about length. That's a good start. So teacher will write L E, N, G, T, H. Length. And what did we use in the last lesson to measure length? What did we use? We used a ruler. R, U, L, E, R. And we measured in inches. I, N, C, H, E, S. Inches. We measured inches from a ruler. This is a ruler. How many inches on a ruler? 12. Okay? And if we turn the ruler over to the smaller units, do we remember what these are called? Centimeters. Centimeters. And for short, we say cm. So how many inches on a ruler? 12. How many centimeters? 30. Okay. 12 inches. 30 centimeters. On a ruler. Okay, but today we're going to look at something bigger. We are going to use this. Does anybody know what this is called? Meter stick. Okay? So does anyone remember how we write meter? How do we spell? M, R. And stick? S, T, I, C, K. Okay, so let's have a look. Meter stick. Can you see inches on a meter stick? No. What do we have? Centimeters. How many? 100 centimeters. So inches we don't have. We only have centimeters. How many? 100. Does anyone remember what 100 centimeters equals? 1 meter. That's why it's called meter stick, because the length of the stick is
1 meter.
1 meter. Okay? So, we have a ruler. We have a If teacher Wes wants to measure the length of a pencil, would we use the ruler or would we use the meter stick? Ruler, because it's a small thing. Classroom object like a pencil, we'll use a ruler. If we wanted to measure the length of the whiteboard, would we use the ruler?
No.
Why? The ruler's too small. We'd have to go. We could do it, but it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many times. Not convenient. If we want to measure bigger things, we can use meter stick. You see? Okay. 1 meter. 33 centimeters. So you see, for larger things we use meter stick. For smaller things we use ruler. Okay, so let's have a game. Let's see. Teacher Wes will look at things on your desk and he will ask, ruler or meter stick? Ruler. Why? Eraser is small. Table. Will we use ruler or meter stick?
Meter stick.
Meter stick, okay? Pencil case. Will we use the meter stick for the pencil case? No. Why use the meter stick when we can use the ruler? See, the ruler is far more convenient. We can use the ruler. Thank you, Prem. How about if we wanted to measure the television? Would ruler or meter stick? Meter stick, because the television's larger and we can use the meter stick. How about if we wanted to measure net? Would we use the ruler to measure net? No. If we want to measure people, we would use meter stick. Okay? If we want to know the height of people, we will use meter stick because ruler is too small. If we use the ruler on teacher, how many times we have to use the ruler when we can just use the meter stick once or twice? So now we're going to play a game. Okay, so ruler, 12 inches.
12 inches.
Or 30 centimeters.
Or 30 centimeters.
Meter stick,
Meter stick.
100 centimeters.
100 centimeters.
Or 1 meter.
1 meter.
We can use a ruler
Ruler.
or meter stick. Use a ruler for small things. Use a meter stick for why? Why is it better to use a ruler for small things? And why is it better to use a meter stick for big things? Because it's easier to measure. Excellent. M-E-A-S-U-R-E. Easier to measure. And shall we see why? Now we're going to do an activity. But first, Teacher Wes will delete the board. Now we are going to find out you remember 177 centimeters. But if you want to measure me, will you use ruler or meter stick? Because it's easier. But first, to demonstrate, who would like to measure Teacher Wes with a ruler? Prel, Lakgau, come forward. So we'll see. Using a ruler to measure large things is not good. Who would like? So you can. I will stand here. So how long? How many so far? 5. 6. Okay. How many times did you have to use the ruler?
6.
6 times, okay? So we had to use the ruler 6 times. High five. High five. Okay? Round of applause for Prel and Lakgao. But who would like to measure Teacher Wes with the meter stick? Down, pang, 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 pon. Look at how much easier it is now. How many times did we need to use? 2 times. So which was easier? Meter stick, okay? Meter stick times 2. We only had to use the meter stick twice. Before the ruler, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too many. High five. High five. Round of applause for down and pang pong. But if we want to measure a very little thing, what would we use? Ruler. Who wants to try with the ruler? Net. Pak bong. Pak bong. So there's the ruler. There's the eraser. Can you measure for me? What will you measure? Inches or centimeters? Today we'll use centimeters because meter stick does not have inches. Half centimeters. 3.5 centimeter long. Okay, excellent. High five. High five. Round of applause for Pakul and Nick. Now, who wants to try with the meter stick? Nadia. Do you need a partner? Anybody else try with Nadia? Pat. Okay. Okay. See, what do you notice? No halves. All we have on the meter stick is centimeters. On the ruler we could say 3.5. But if we use the meter stick for little things, can you see? There is no half. So for really little things, it's just 3 or 4. Not convenient. But if we use the ruler, you can see, 1, 2, 3.5. So for small things, we use ruler. But for big things like teacher, meter stick. High five. High five. Excellent, guys. Round of applause. And whose is the eraser? Okay. So we hope you noticed through our demonstrations that when we want to measure small things like classroom objects, it's better to use a ruler. But then when the things get bigger, over 12 inches or 30 centimeters, we'll then use a meter stick because it's more convenient. Okay, guys? Well done. And next, before our next activity, we'll have to do our stretch exercise. So please stand up. So before our next activity, it's now time for our stretch sequence. So are we ready, guys? Let's stand up. Hands on heads. And can we stretch down? Can we move down? And stand back up. Hands on shoulders. Can we bend down? Can we bend down? And stand up. Hands on hips. Give a little wiggle. You listen first, give it a wiggle. Stop. Backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. And stop. And now let's go down. And then stand back up. Hands on knees. And this time, let's give a wiggle. Let's give a wiggle. Give a wiggle. Stop. Wiggle down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! And to finish, how many star jumps?
10.
10. Okay, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great stuff, guys. Sit down, please. Okay, so the next activity is we're going to demonstrate how to use the meter stick. And the best way to do that, I think, is to learn how to measure each other. So first of all, we'll do a boards exercise. How tall is name of student? We're going to see. Does anybody remember the word Teacher Wes introduced a couple of lessons ago when we have to guess? When we want to guess, remember? Estimate. Excellent. Okay. E-S-T-I-M-A-T-E. We're going to estimate. Estimate basically means guess. Okay. So, first time, I want you to guess how tall is down. Only two. How tall in centimeters? How tall is down? Sorry? 100, 130, 132. So Chu, you think 132 centimeters. Okay? Chu, is that right? How tall is down? Chu thinks 132 centimeters. Okay, well, let's find out. Down, come forward. So we will see. Okay, so we'll use the meter stick, and we have 100. 1 meter already, 100 centimeters. And then, if teacher starts here, 138. 138. So, Chu, good guess. What did Chu guess?
132 centimeters.
And how tall is down?
138 centimeters.
So what's the difference? 138 minus 132.
Equal 6.
Excellent guess. It was a great estimate because he's only wrong by 6 centimeters down. High five. True, high five. That was a great estimate. Okay, so next, let's try again. Not down, we will see how tall is Bangpon, and I want Prel to guess how tall is Bangpon. So, first of all, how tall is Bangpon? 140 inches, meters, centimeters. Okay. But this time, Bangpon, I want you to measure. You have to measure. Can you measure? I will help you. Okay, you stand there. Head up high. 32. So the last guess, Chu said 132, but you were right, but for the wrong person. So, Prel said 140 centimeters. But Bangpon is
132
centimeters. So what's the difference?
equal 8.
So you were only 8 centimeters out. High five. Excellent estimate. Well done. Round of applause for both guys. So teachers, you can do this activity in your own class. You can ask your students if they can guess the height of their friend and then use the meter stick to work out the true amount. And what they can then do is do a sum to work out the difference between the estimate and the actual. So spend the next few minutes in your class just letting your students practice with the meter stick. If you have more meter sticks, you can put them into pairs or threes, and we'll play more here. So let's see who can go next. So next, how tall is La Gao net? How tall do you think La Gao is? How tall? How tall? 130 feet? Meters? Centimeters. We always have to say, because if I say 130 what? We always have to specify the unit. Okay, let go. Net. Let's see how tall Lakgao is. So you see why it's more convenient to use the meter stick. So straight away we have 100. Okay, so keep your finger there. And then 110, 120, 130, 31, 32, 33, 34, 138. 138 centimeters. So What do we think is the difference? 138 minus 130. So, net, your estimate was only 8 centimeters wrong. Excellent. Let go. And round of applause for let go and net. Okay. Next. How tall is Pakbung? How tall is Pakbung, Nadia? 132 or 130? So that's 1, 3, 0 centimeters. Pakbung, come here. Nadia, come here. Okay, so we know 1 meter. How many centimeters 1 meter? 100, okay.
Three.
23. Okay, so next we have to work out. So the estimate was 130 centimeters, but Pakbung is, so we work out the difference. 7 centimeters. Good guesses, guys. Excellent. Excellent. Round of applause. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the practical activity of guessing the height of their friends and then having to come forward and work out the height of their friends. It gives them practice on how to use a meter stick and also involves an equation where they have to take the estimated amount, the actual amount, and work out the difference. Here in our room, some very good estimates. They were only 6 or 7 centimeters out each time. And now it's time for the final activity, the worksheet. And what we're going to do for the final activity is we're going to ask our students to work in pairs. In the first box, they will write their own name or simply write myself. And with their friend, they will get them to help them to work out their height. And then, once that's been done, they'll swap and they can work out the height of their friend. So, for this activity, guys, pick a pair and work in pairs. First, you need to measure your height. And then, write your name in the box with your height. And then secondly, write the name of your friend who you're working with and then work out their height. So work in pairs. If there's an odd number of students in the room, you can work with one student. Like I have 9 students today. So that's 4 pairs and there'll be 1 student over. They can make a pair with me and we can help each other. But first things first, what must we do with the worksheet? Write our name on the top. Okay? So, Nadia, down. Pakbung.
Thank you.
Pat.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so write your names on the top, guys. Pick a pair to work with, and then you can use name and height measurement in meters. So teachers, for this activity, your students have a choice they can either use the meter stick or they can use a measuring tape. And you should just monitor your class and assist your students with measuring if they need it. Give them around 15 minutes for this activity and to work in pairs and measure each other. So guys, when you have your pair, you can come forward and you can use either the meter stick or the measuring tape. Okay, once you're in your pair, come and see teacher. So first, okay, this time you don't need to guess, you can just do for real. So would you like to use the measuring tape or the meter stick? Okay, there you go. So let's see, how tall is Chu?
centimeters.
1 meter, 31 centimeters. Okay, so Chu, you need to write in your form for you 1 meter, 31 centimeters. And Prel, you will write for Chu. And then come back and do yourself. Okay, when you're ready, come forward. Okay, yes, you need to choose yourselves. Okay, so let's see. You have to keep it straight, otherwise. 132. Okay, so Net, you write for yourself 132. 132 what? Centimeters. And then come back and do for yourself. Okay? So who's the next pair? Okay. Who's your pair? Down and Lakgao. Okay. Excellent, 135. So Lakgao, for you, 135 centimeters. And you write for Lakgao. But don't forget to come back and measure yourself. Okay? Next pair. Okay, Nadia. Who doesn't have a pair? Who needs to work with teacher? Okay, Pat, you can work with teacher. So Nadia. Will you do Nadia? So, 100. Okay. 133. Okay, so write in your sheets and then come back because you need to swap. So when you're ready, guys, you can come back and do your next measurement. Pat, come forward, teacher will do for you because you don't have a pair. So you ready?
Ready.
100.
200.
134. 134 centimeters. So you see on your form. So now Nadia will measure Pak bung, because you have to come back and measure your friend. So 100. How tall is Pak bung?
22.
You think? Yeah.
23.
Okay. How tall is Pak bung?
123.
23 meters.
123
Centimeters. Excellent. Okay. So who needs to be measured now? Preo. Okay. Sure. You can measure Preo. Okay. Here. So is this. Seven or eight?
7.
7. So 117. 117 meters? Centimeters. Don't forget centimeters, guys. Okay. Net. Pangpon. Okay. So you can measure pangpon. 100.
Daddy.
30. Taller. 135.
5.
135 meters, inches, centimeters. Always remember centimeters. Excellent, guys. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity and had fun. In pairs, first they had to measure their friend, see how tall they were, and then swap roles, and their friends had to help them measure themselves. We got some good examples. So, next lesson we'll have a look at some more lengths, but for now, that's the end of the lesson, and we'll see you again next time. So can we all turn and wave goodbye to our friends? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.